everyone. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jimmy, and this is The Real Dad Show. Before we get into today's episode, I'd like to just remind you to please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you always know when a new video is posted. And it also gets us a little bit higher in the keyword search. So whenever you're looking for certain titles, you'll be able to find my videos a lot easier. Now in today's video, we are going to be replacing and repairing the headliner in my wife's 2003 Honda Accord. Now I've been wanting to get to this headliner for some time, but I've just been lazy. It's sagging really bad, and a part of it was broken. So we're on quarantine, so I have all this time on my hands, and I couldn't make up any more excuses. So my wife said, "Fix my headliner." So I did. Actually, it was pretty easy, thanks to my nephew Eddie Lopez, who does amazing work on custom cars. He does all the reupholstering and painting. He's done some amazing works. So I messaged him, and he gave me some really good advice, some good pointers on how to tackle this, and he even gave me the Amazon links where I can order the headliner. So now I didn't start recording until I had already taken the headliner off and had it set up in the garage. And basically because I didn't think about it until afterwards. So in the description below, I'll make sure that I put all the tools that I'm using and where you can find all the products. So as you can see, I still get social anxiety. It still affects me even though I'm alone here in the garage. But I hope you forgive me for that. So without further ado, I will get right into it. So here we go. Okay, so these are the tools that we're using for this job. Automotive headliner adhesive by Permatex. This is the stuff that the guys down at AutoZone told me to get. And a couple of brushes, small ones, bigger one, razor, two different types of razor blades. And this is actually something really cool. Got this down at the 99-cent store. It's a little paint roller. And I cut a little tube that I had. And I just stuffed it in there just like that. And that's what we're going to use to help roll the headliner flat. I'm just taking a toothbrush and just working the cleaner into all those little nooks and crannies. Just going over it. And an old t-shirt, just wiping it clean. Can you see all that grime on there? I don't know if you can see it, but you know, it takes a few minutes just to get these little overlooked things. There he is. And just takes a second with the toothbrush, or even just the towel like I'm doing here. I mean, don't have. See how much cleaner that is? Did this one earlier. There's a bunch of grime all over it. Look how nice and clean it is. And you see that. There's two of these. This is where the seatbelt connects to. And all that grime everywhere from touching it, rising it, and laying it down. And then all of these little plastic pieces, just takes a second to clean them all up. Fine toothbrushes are really good for this. They don't scratch. Do the job just as good as a fancy brush will do. Works.
Fucking business. How many more of these questions you got,
Okay, you can see this crack right here. This headliner has been kind of sagging for a very, very, very long time, and the reason why is because you see these two little clamps came off, and then I guess with the weight of it after so many years, it just pulled it downward. So I've epoxied these back on here, and I put that little stick right there, but it's still sagging down. I'll show you. Watch. See that? So I'm gonna try to finagle this because it's an old car, and I don't want to spend a lot of money to get a whole new headliner and go to the junkyard, and that's a bunch of hassle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get these paint sticks that I've gotten from the Home Depot, and I'm gonna put one there, and the other one I'm gonna put on the other side, probably about the same spot. And this is the back part of the headliner, so you really won't see it, and this is where it's gonna fold over, so it's not gonna matter. So we're gonna just do it that way. The first thing I'm going to do is make sure I wipe away all the dust and dirt there. Use this old t-shirt to do that. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some Gorilla Glue adhesive spray. Then I'm going to use the epoxy around the paint stick. Doesn't matter if it gets onto the headliner because it's going to take a while. So I'm going to let that get a little more tacky.